Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Just a quick heads up, if you would like to support the channel, we now have affiliate links in the video description. Remember that you don't need to buy the item in the link, you just need to click the link and then buy anything from Amazon. We will get a tiny commission for whatever you buy using the link and it really helps us out. Today we're going to talk about PC game trainers. Of all the videos we've created, none of them are as active or contentious as our How to Cheat on Cuphead video. It's not that people are against cheating per se. The number one complaint on that video was that the cheat was a virus. And the second biggest complaint is that the trainer doesn't work. Even today, I'm still deleting comments from viewers who post scary virus warnings as soon as their antivirus software flags and quarantines the trainer. So let's talk a little bit today about what exactly is a trainer and why do they almost always trigger false antivirus positives. A trainer is simply a process that runs in the background while you play a game. As the game gets or sets variables from your system memory, the trainer intercepts and manipulates those values. So think about playing a first-person shooter like Wolfenstein 2. You have a finite amount of health. Each time you take damage, the game process reduces the value that represents your health and saves that value in your system's memory or RAM. If you've activated a God mode cheat in the trainer, then the trainer process intercepts the variable that contains your total amount of health and changes that value to the highest possible upper boundary. This has the effect of creating immortality in the game. Now contrast what a trainer does with what malware does. It's very similar. Most secure computational systems use a concept called process isolation. Process isolation is a technique where each process running is limited in what memory space it can and cannot access. So by default, a word processor programming running on your PC should never be able to read or write to memory being used by an MP3 player program also running on your PC. Antivirus products, including the Windows Defender, use a technique called heuristics, which is a mechanism whereby antivirus applications try to discover new and uncatalogued viruses based on their behavior. A trainer that's intercepting and injecting into memory space from a different process looks very similar to a Trojan worm that's designed to steal passwords and other sensitive information. This is why trainers get flagged as malware. If you're absolutely sure that the trainer you're using can be trusted, then you should set a Windows Defender exclusion to prevent the antivirus software from automatically quarantining the trainer assemblies. If a trainer is not working for you, this is almost always the reason why. To set a Windows Defender exclusion, go to your Start menu and search for the word Windows Defender until you see the option Windows Defender Settings. From here, you want to click the option that says Virus and Threat Protection, and then the option that says Virus and Threat Protection Settings. Scroll to the bottom, and the second to last option will be Exclusions. Click on the option that says Add or Remove Exclusions, and then there's a option to select Add an Exclusion. In my case, I've added 3 excluded folders, and I put all my games in one of these 3 folders. C games for me is my SSD, and D games is my mechanical storage. Once you add an exclusion, any files contained within these excluded directories will not be scanned by the Windows Defender. It's generally best practice to save the trainer exe file in the same directory as the game itself. And that's really all there is to it. Just remember the way that trainers typically work. You need to start the trainer as an administrator before the game is running. Then you trigger the game, and once you're in the game and the game is loaded, you typically start playing the game. Most trainers, you have to actually take damage if you want to go to infinite health. For example, in Cuphead or Wolfenstein 2, you have to actually play those games, get hit, take some damage, and then on your keyboard, you hit Alt-Tab to tab back to the trainer that's running in the background. You'll see it'll say the game is now on, and then Alt-Tab back, and you usually hit F1, F2, F3, or whatever the key command is to activate the trainer. And that's really all there is to it. Just if you open the trainer first, then you're usually good. But if you open the trainer, then launch the game, and then exit the game and leave the trainer running, the trainer typically won't work at that point. You've got to actually launch the trainer, then launch the game, then take some damage, then click F1. or something to that effect. Some trainers, you have to Alt-Tab back to the trainer, click a button to activate it. It all depends on the trainer that you're using. So I hope this video was helpful in some way. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave them in the comments below. We'll talk to you guys later.